everyone's JackelWolf back in Sky Factory 3 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. This episode, we are going to fix a problem. The problem being that my mob dropper is almost working too well for the minimum amount of storage that I've got set up for it. You can see it has not been running for very long game-wise. But it is already full up of items. Some of these here are items that I dropped while I was building stuff, but even still, it is filling up way too fast. The main problem here is these loot bags, which are, one space per one item. What I'm going to do this episode is I am going to compress these down into legendary loot bags automatically. It's a little bit of a slow process using the transfer nodes, but eventually we will upgrade to an automatic transfer system, a wireless transfer system, I guess might be a better way of thinking about it. So to start, we are going to need an auto-compressor, which is 4 crafting tables, 4 iron ingots, and a block of iron. I know we've seen this one before. As well, we are going to need some sort of generator. Because I am working with my mob spawner, I am generating an awful lot of bone, so I thought it would be fitting to use a death generator. Now, you do have to be careful with the death generators. They do, when powered up, they do create a death field or a doom field around it that will basically give you a doom status and kill you within 60 seconds. But it is really one of the few uses for bone, other than maybe making bone meal for your farm. But it is really efficient. When I'm just running a single auto compressor off of it, a stack of bone will last a long time. So I'm going to go with the death generator. I may change that in the future if it starts causing me problems. But to make a death generator, you need 1 furnace generator, 1 spider eye, 2 redstone, and either 5 bone or 5 rotten flesh. But as we've done before, rotten flesh is going into my compost system and is composting nicely. Now, I've used some of this already up top in what is going to be my farm area, but it is still it's building slowly but surely. But it is better to have that ready when I need it than to have to go through a whole bunch of trees to basically manually make my own dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop this death generator in the containment area. Now it will generate a field 3x3 or 3x3 with it at the center. So I built this wall just as sort of a reminder to stay back. Now I'm just going to feed it, and you can see it's already creating that doom field. So I'm just going to stay way back as much as possible. I'm going to plop the auto crafter in here. Now you can see it's getting powered up. Not auto crafter, auto compressor. Now in here we want to focus on just the loot bags. I'm actually going to take that there, and you can see I'm already having lots of trouble here. So I am going to place a transfer node on there. Now I primed that with a loot bag, so it was the first item to come out. Now I also need to set up my filters. Now we're going to create a whitelist, and we're going to put an uncommon, a common, uncommon, and a rare loot bag, which are the only loot bags we have right now. I will filter in the 2 higher ones, the legendary, and I can't remember what the one between uncommon and legendary is. But for now, we're going to plop this in here, and this is going to help me filter out just the loot bags. So we're going to come out of here, and we're going to come over. Now I'm going to clean this up a little bit later. I came one over too far, and that is going to put those loot bags into this generator, or into this storage container. Now from this storage container, I'm going to feed these loot bags into the auto compressor, and you'll see these come in. They'll auto compress down into a higher one. Now to keep the process going in the loop, we're going to come out of the auto compressor. Oh, I needed to put a transfer node on that, and we're going to actually come up 1 and then over, and then we're going to come down back into the barrel. So this will feed the loot bags around and around until they get to legendary. Once I get a legendary loot bag, I'm going to add that to the filter so it will not pump legendary loot bags out into the transfer node where it will get stuck and the whole process will break down. But as you can see, I'm slowly gaining storage back in the storage container. It is not a permanent solution. I will have to come up with a better storage system, which I will do in a future 5 minutes. But for now, this is going to free up a lot of space and focus this storage mainly on stackable items. So that was it for this 5 minutes. I am JackelWolf, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.